and welcome to the Square's one and only radio station. I'm your host. Today is Thursday, April 6, 2023, and we are in Jacksonville, Oregon, with a high of 60 and a low of 44. There will be light showers this morning. On this day, in 1896, the first Olympic Games in the modern era was held in Athens, Greece. As we finish up the tale of Odysseus, do be warned that this tale does include suicide. But let's start with a suggestion from one of the twins from the bakery and get to the show. Jackalopes are the supernatural species in the Lepus genus. They have the appearance of jackrabbits with deer antlers. Unlike other members of their family, jackalopes are good at mimicry and have been heard mimicking other animals, humans singing, and even chainsaws. These creatures also have a unique taste, as whiskey is one of their favorite treats. Do be warned if you try to catch one, though. They are hard to find, they are fast, and their antlers can tear through flesh. Now, many hunters love to claim that they have caught a jackalope, but jackalope corpses are easy to fake, since you just have to add deer antlers to a jackrabbit. Just assume any taxidermy you see is fake, especially in areas with lots of tourists. Thanks to the twin who sent in this request. Now let's get to the conclusion of Oedipus Rex. Jocasta had run into the palace, but Oedipus stayed by the messenger who told him of his father's death, to wait for the old shepherd who might know the family he was born to. His queen must have been ashamed by his humble origins, he thought as she ran off. He wasn't ashamed, though. Whoever his parents were, he couldn't change that, and he needed to know the truth. Across the way, he saw the old shepherd approaching. This was it, his last lead. "Stranger from Corinth, is this the man you speak of?" Oedipus asked the messenger. "Yes, that's him." There it was, the confirmation. "You, old man, did you work for Laos? What did you do?" Oedipus asked when the shepherd finally joined them. "Yes, I would mostly look after the sheep on Sorrentian," and the shepherd replied. "Did you come across this man during your time there?" Oedipus gestured to the messenger. "I can't recall." "My lord, allow me to refresh his memory," the messenger jumped in. "In Citharon, he had 2 flocks of sheep, and I had 1. I was with him there for 6 months, from early spring till autumn. In winter, I'd drive my sheeps down to my folds, and he'd take his to the pens that Laos owned. Isn't that right?" "That's true, but that was a long time ago." "Oh, right. Do you remember giving me a child back then to raise as my own foster son?" "What? Why are you asking about that?" The shepherd's hands tightened their grip on his staff. "This man here was that young child back then." Damn you, couldn't you keep quiet about that?" "Hold on, don't curse him, you haven't answered the question," Oedipus interrupted. "He doesn't know what he's talking about, the useless busybody." The shepherd's hand waved through the air like a butterfly caught by the wind. "If you won't tell me on your own, I will force you." "By all the gods, you wouldn't hurt an old man." "You, tie up his hands." Oedipus looked to a servant, who grabbed the old man's hands. "Why are you doing this? What do you want from me?" "The child. Did you give this man a child?" I did. Oh, I wish I died that day." "Well, you're going to die if you don't tell me the truth." "Telling the truth could get me killed anyways." "It seems to me that you're stalling." No, I'm not. I've already told you I gave him the child." "Where did you get it? Is it yours or someone else's?" It wasn't mine. I got it from someone else." "Who?" "In the name of the gods, my lord, don't ask me that. Please, no more questions." "If I have to ask you again, you will die." "The child was born in Laos's house." "From a slave or from some relative of his?" "I can't say. The answer is horrible." "I don't care. I need to know it." "It was Laos's child. Your wife knows more than I do." "Was she the one who gave you the child?" "Yes, my lord." "Why did she do that?" "She wanted me to kill it." "That wretched woman was the mother?" "Yes, she was scared of that prophecy." "What prophecy?" "That the child would kill his father." "Then why did you give the child to that old man?" I pitied the boy, and I thought if I sent him to a foreign land, it would be okay." "If you really are that child, now you know your fate." So, it all came true. It's also clear now. Oedipus ran into the palace. There were no more pieces to put together. He knew the truth now. Terrible, terrible truth. But Oedipus wasn't the first to connect the dots. Jocasta, his wife, his mother, had figured it out. She was devastated. She had locked herself in her bedroom, wailing for Leos, her dead husband, but he couldn't save her. He couldn't even save himself from that prophecy. When Oedipus reached the bedroom door, though, everything was quiet, but the door was still locked. Jocasta opened the door. Oedipus pounded at the door, but there was no answer. There was no sound from the other side. Oedipus frantically slammed his shoulder into the door before finally breaking it open, and there Oedipus learned why it was so quiet. Jocasta had hung herself. Carefully, Oedipus took her down and laid her body on the bed. He took 2 of her golden brooches off and held them in his hands, trembling. He took a deep breath before he drove the sharp ends of the brooches into his eyes. The halls echoed with his cries of pain and anguish, but he wasn't through. He wanted to make sure that even if he died, he would never see his mother and father ever again, because the shame and guilt would be too great. So shakily, raising his fist, he pounded each brooch deeper into his eyes till they went no further, as blood streamed down his face. He stumbled out of the palace to the horror and screams of those by the entrance, and Oedipus, stumbling over the steps, fell to his knee. That shepherd should have just killed me as a baby, Oedipus wailed. Cast me out of the city, for I am the terrible curse that haunts these people. I am the killer of my father and my poor mother. How could I have done this to her? Creon has been called back. I'm sure he'll know what to do. One of the servants had rushed over to Oedipus and told him this while trying to tend to his wounds. How can I speak to him after everything I've done? He's here. Creon approached Oedipus. Oedipus, I'm not here to mock you or blame you. Let's take him inside. The kindest thing to do would be for only family be allowed to see him like this. Oedipus was led inside and had his wounds treated. By all the gods, why are you being so kind to me? You need to cast me out as quickly as you can. Send me away from thieves, from any living person, Oedipus begged Creon. That is something I could do, but first I wish to know what the gods say about what I should do. Apollo was very clear. The man who killed Leos must be cast out from thieves, and that man is me. I know. I still want to ask. I want to be sure. Listen, I want you to give Jocasta proper funeral rites. Please, care for my children, as they should not be burdened by the curse I brought upon myself. I want to spend the rest of my life in Citharon. Call my children here so I may say goodbye. So Oedipus sat in the darkness till he heard crying. Is that my children? My treasures? Oedipus asked as his 4 children entered the room. Yes. Come here, my children. Oedipus embraced them, holding them close for the last time. I'm sorry my actions will bring you shame for the rest of your lives, but know that I will always love you, and I will miss you. After all the activity of the day, it was finally calm in the palace. A fragile, tired calm, but a calm no less. Oedipus still insisted on leaving, but Creon wanted him to stay. Oedipus was tired of this, though. He was tired of denying the tragedies that he had caused, and so he slipped out of the city in the middle of the night, never to be seen again. That concludes the story of Oedipus Rex. Well, it's not called a Greek tragedy for nothing. Thank you to the restaurant owner for making this request. It was fascinating, to say the least. I will read your attached note. The people in the story relied on prophecies to get their answers, but rejected the prophecies they heard till their downfall. it is important to remember that once you know the future, you can't stop it. So if you plan to ask, prepare to accept an answer that you won't like. Knowledge of the future is a tool, not a solution. Also, is there any news on when you could meet up with us? I've been looking forward to it. Well, thank you for that advice. And as for the other thing, I'm waiting for things to cool down from that note that angered the boss so much. But I'm sure it will be soon. Until then, you'll hear from me again yesterday, today, tomorrow, and the rest of your lives. Goodbye!